Hi everybody, it's Mr. Van, and I wanted to make a video to kind of answer some of the questions I've been getting over email, and I know students are also going to be having soon in person and on Teams and however else. The video is in regards to the TREK program, which is a VSB-wide grade 10 program that happens at Prince of Wales, which is closest kind of to King Ed and Arbutus on the west side of Vancouver. And it's for outdoor education. So stop the video completely right now if you're thinking outdoor education, getting on a bike, doing hiking, camping, water sports, these things are not interesting to me, then stop. And if they are, then please keep watching and I'll give you some helpful information, hopefully. That'll answer many of the questions. To get the answers to all of the questions, the best thing you can do is go to Prince of Wales, the school. They're having an info night on November 15th. That's going to be at 7 o'clock, and there'll be people out front of the school collecting people and getting them to where they need to go. So that's the key information, is going November 15th, 2022 to Prince of Wales at 7 o'clock. It's likely to be very highly attended, so I'd suggest getting there early. The program takes students from across 18 different high schools. Van Tech tends to average about 10 to 12. It's a lottery-based system, but it seems that about 10 to 12 Van Tech students get in each year. It's only in grade 10 and it runs the whole year. During that time, you are a student who's just going to Prince of Wales, but there is an exception to that, and that is if you are doing either sports, you're still attached to Van Tech as a BC student athlete, and so you would compete with Van Tech school teams. You're not actually entitled to compete with Prince of Wales. So you would join Van Tech's teams if you're interested. That might mean for some coming late to various things, and you wouldn't be able to make practices right on time, but you would be able to participate to whatever degree you were able to, depending on the times and what you could do with your coach. I also know that Ms. Riegert and Ms. Kilburn are always happy to have string students who come back to Van Tech and do strings after school. Again, they usually start their strings twice a week at 3:15. That's going to be too difficult to make, but hey, if you can rush out on the bus from Prince of Wales and get there closer to 3:30, 3:45, they'll still take you and happily include you in strings. If you are a student who is in French immersion, there's some things to consider. All of the students who are in French immersion do the double dogwood almost incidentally, accidentally, by just getting through grade 12 and all of the French courses. You do enough courses in French that you meet that requirement. If you are a student who goes to TREK, it becomes a little bit more difficult. And the thing to think about here is that Prince of Wales is not one of the three Vancouver schools the way Tech, Kitts, and Churchill are that are French immersion schools. They do have one course they offer, and it's the FRAL 10, the Core Language 10 class. And students who are in French immersion at Tech would go take that as one of their classes, mixing in with the PE, the Outdoor Ed, making 3, and then adding English, Math, Science, Socials, and then adding in CLE for the 8th class. So it is possible to be French immersion, to continue French immersion, but you'll only be doing one class in French. In order to get the double dogwood, you need to return after, as you will be anyways, returning to your home school in grade 11, and you need to complete 2 things. One is a peer tutoring that you can do in either grade 11 or 12, and it takes the place of one of your electives, and that is done with a grade 8 or 9 class, you as a support. So imagine yourself supporting younger students with French in your grade 11 or 12 year for one of your electives. And then the second thing you need to do is a series of 3 short novels, books that are done with Madame Fester. You do some reflection and writing on those as well, and those will allow you to get a 3rd class in French. Having the FRAL 10 at Prince of Wales, the peer tutoring, and adding in the literature work gives you 3 courses, which is what you need to be able to have enough courses in grade 10, 11, and 12 to get the double dogwood. So it is totally possible. You can also opt not to do that, but it does mean when you finish with the French immersion program, you won't have completed the double dogwood. It is up to the student and family to decide. Some students do, some students don't. You can ask me about it if you've got more questions. And I think that's pretty much it for all the information I want to share. Of course, I'm going to post this on the grade 9 channel as well, and students are welcome to come ask me questions if they have any. Parents can email and all of that. Check out the Info Night. It is a really cool program. I would be sad to lose the 10 to 12 students, of course, for that year, but excited to know they'll be coming back and graduating in a couple of years as tech students. Lots to think about. If you love the outdoors, it's a pretty cool opportunity.